Yes, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another WWE SmackDown review, recap, whatever you want to call it. Let's get into the show. So, I thought the show was really, really good. I'm not going to lie. It was one of the better SmackDowns we've had this year. And let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Let's just put it out there. SmackDown has been mid as hell this year. Since WrestleMania, SmackDown has been extremely mid. I'm not going to lie. Especially the match quality. Match quality is one thing that has not been hitting on SmackDown. But let's start with the opening segment. And of course, we're in Chicago. So what does that mean? Like a Mussolini. CM Punk comes out. Sorry, I just had to. He said it in his promo. So CM Punk comes out. Has a great moment with the fans. Fans going absolutely crazy for Punk as per usual. Comes out, cuts a promo on pressure. You know, dealing with pressure, having to deal with pressure as in coming out and cutting a promo in front of his home crowd, doing this in front of his home crowd. The fact that in 2011 he told his home crowd that he will be leaving with the WWE Championship. That is what real pressure is. And he was saying some people crumble under this pressure, and he was obviously talking about Drew McIntyre and saying that Drew McIntyre could not take the pressure of losing or doing what he said he was going to do in front of his home crowd. So he quit. He ran away. And with that being said, out comes Paul Heyman with a huge pop, huge ECW chants. This is a pretty cool moment. CM Punk, Paul Heyman, we know their history. He comes out, talks to CM Punk. They have a little moments in the ring. Punk says, "You're the only person that could take this promo away from me," when the "We Want Roman" chants happen. Then he started talking about how Solo wasn't happy that the radio stations were talking about this being CM Punk's home, or this being CM Punk's town. Chicago is CM Punk's town, and Solo wasn't happy. So out comes Solo Sikoa to confront CM Punk, obviously with the Tongas on his side. Punk asked Heyman, what was that one favor that you wanted from me if I do this? And he said, to take me with you. That clearly struck a nerve with Solo. And Punk said, listen to Solo. He put his hand up. And he said, I acknowledge that you are not the bloodline. You are a fake bloodline with some fake Usos. And that really ticked a nerve with them even more. And they went for Punk. But they didn't quite get there because Cody Rhodes comes out with a baseball bat and gives one to Punk, and they chase them off. Great stuff. Great way to start the show. You getting Punk in there. You getting your main event feud in there. Really, really good stuff. And of course, Punk in Chicago. Nothing beats that. Nothing beats CM Punk in Chicago. We then moved on to a triple threat match qualifying for the Money in the Bank match. And this was between Bianca Belair, Chelsea Green, and Mitch and Mia Yim. Now, really good match. I enjoyed this match. Chelsea Green looked great. Mia Yim looked great. Bianca Belair looked like Bianca Belair. Great match. Great spots in the match. You know, Chelsea Green's dive to the outside was really damn good. I don't know why. It's just a standard dive, but it looked really good. Then obviously we had the little mini Tower of Doom. Styles Clash from Mia Yim as well. That was pretty cool. But in the end, Bianca Belair lands a KOD on Mia Yim, but Chelsea Green steals the win. And Chelsea Green is going to Money in the Bank. And I'm not going to lie, she's my pick. She might be my pick. I don't know. I don't know yet, but she might be my pick for Money in the Bank. But I think someone else is going to win it because they have a current storyline with who I think is going to be champion. But we'll get into that probably next week. So that was that match. Really solid match. Chelsea Green getting the win. Huge pop. The crowd was super behind Chelsea Green. I loved it. Great stuff. And then we moved on to a couple backstage segments, which we won't get into, because we had one between Grayson Waller and DIY. A little argument back and forth behind like a roller door. And then we heard banging on the roller door. So I think, okay, here comes the 6. Here comes the Wyatt 6. But no, it's Drew McIntyre absolutely destroying CM Punk. The roller door comes up. We see CM Punk lying there, blood all over his face. Drew McIntyre standing over him. So Drew picks him up. Punk is out of it. Carries him out to the rampway where the crowd is. Drops him there. And has his moments before Nick Aldis and co come out. Also, this was great. Drew McIntyre, you could have stayed away for 1 week at least. But anyway, this made sense, you know. It made real sense. Taking out Punk, getting his revenge back, because I was worried that Punk was getting all the revenge, and I'm like, that makes this match seem so predictable. In other words, that Drew was going to win because Punk is getting all the offense, or if Punk won, it would have made Drew look really stupid. It was one of those two, but now they're getting an even out, making that match, when it eventually happens, because clearly they've written Punk off for a little bit now, because he went off in a stretcher full of blood. So clearly they've written Punk off for a little bit. Maybe he wasn't cleared. I know we heard rumors that he might have been cleared this week, so maybe that wasn't the case. Maybe they said, okay, in a couple of weeks, couple of months' time. I still think SummerSlam is going to happen. Great stuff. Great way to get heat on Drew McIntyre in front of the Chicago crowd. I enjoyed it. And then we had Randy Orton taking on Carmelo Hayes and Tama Tonga. Obviously, earlier in the night, we got Solo Sikoa giving demands to Paul Heyman to tell the Tongas to make sure Randy and KO do not win their qualifying matches. So, that's exactly what they did. Obviously, we had a great match in the beginning. We got Melo, we got Tama, we got Randy. Great combination. But then out comes Tangaloa, who tries to take out Randy. This is obviously much later in the match. That doesn't quite work. Tonga then tries to attack, Tama Tonga tries to attack Randy Orton after the distraction. But Kevin Owens luckily makes the save and taking out Tangaloa. But Carmelo Hayes rolls up Randy Orton with a surprise win. Big win for Carmelo Hayes. Big win for my boy. He's going to Money in the Bank. He's not going to win Money in the Bank, but he's going to be a star in that match, that's for sure. With that being said, we then had an LA Knight promo. Yeah. So LA Knight cuts a promo. He's looking for Logan Paul to come out because we saw last week Logan Paul said he'd be there in Chicago. But that seemed not to be the case. As Santos Escobar eventually came out, they had a little bit of back and forth. He lands blunt force trauma on Santos. Santos is buried. He's out of there. And Logan Paul comes from behind and attacks LA Knight, taking him out with the big punch. Simple as that. A nice little segment. I think we should have got a bit more from this, considering they're lining up a match real soon. I don't think they're going to both be in the Money in the Bank matches, I got a feeling. And that's going to lead to the match at SummerSlam. Or they're going to cost each other their matches in their triple threats. One of the many ways of them doing it. But with that being said, we then had, what was our next segment? Oh, we had Grayson Waller, Andrade, and Kevin Owens in a triple threat match. And before the match, they took out Kevin Owens in his entrance. And I'm talking about the Tongas, because obviously that's what Solo asked for. They took him out. Randy comes out, makes the save. Kevin Owens still does the match. But obviously that gives him a way out of actually losing. But he doesn't take the pin. Grayson Waller, the tag team champion, takes the pin. There were so many other people you could have put in this match. So many others. But we'll leave it at that. Andrade ends up pinning Grayson Waller with a beautiful finish. Grayson goes for his finisher where he dives in the ring, does the roll, and then he's going to land like the variation of a stunner or whatever the case is. But Andrade flips it into his move and he does the swing. Don't know what his move is called. Is it called the Message? I think it might be called that. Lands that. Great finish. Looked super clean. 1, 2, 3. Andrade is going to Money in the Bank. We then had the main event thereafter. And who was in the main event, you may ask? Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. And why? Because I forgot to mention this. They announced that earlier in the night, Cody Rhodes challenged Solo Sikoa and he took the fight. Before Solo comes out, Paul Heyman's talking to him and they discuss how Paul says before Roman got on his plane, there were a couple things that he mentioned. Cody's not yours to handle. You are only supposed to keep him in line. And Roman made a promise to Heyman that they would not touch CM Punk. Why? Because he is a close friend for Paul Heyman. And obviously Solo is now abandoning both of those things. And Solo basically tells Heyman, listen, Roman's not coming back. Roman is not coming back. Don't know what that means, but Heyman looks shocked. And then out comes Solo Sikoa for his match. The match lasted maybe, 2 minutes? So that was a bit underwhelming. 2 minutes max. 3 minutes. Then the Tongas came out. They attacked them. Randy comes out. KO comes out. They try to save the day. But who comes out? Not just anybody. Okay, I have been clamoring about this man for a long time. There's videos on the channel about him. There's shorts I've made about him that have got hundreds of thousands of views on TikTok. I'm talking about Jacob freaking Fatu. Jacob Fatu finally arrives. Disappointing that it's on a SmackDown, but he arrives and wow, he made a statement. He looked like an absolute beast. Lost a lot of weight as well. So clearly he's been putting in that work and I absolutely love it. off the top rope, taking out Cody Rhodes on the announce table, pulling a Logan Paul, big dive from the top rope onto the announce table, great stuff. He just looked like an absolute beast, and he is definitely going to outshine Solo Sikoa like those rumors said. But whether they predict it or not, it's happening. It's happening. If they give him a mic as well, it's done for. It's done for. Jacob Fatu is an absolute animal, absolute beast. If you guys don't know about him, there's a video on the channel saying titled "Who is Jacob Fatu?" Go check that out. It tells you who is Jacob Fatu in 1 minute. I might re-upload it just so people can see it, but it tells you who he is in 1 minute. Slightly outdated in terms of, I didn't mention his current or his rumors to going WWE, but I mentioned everything that he has done in the ring up until last night. So, with that being said, we'll see you guys next time. Great SmackDown, exciting SmackDown, non-stop action, great promo work, great segments, all round, probably the best SmackDown since WrestleMania. With that being said, we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace.